every single mission,
Yeah,
almost every single year, then yes, I should have a medkit.
Yeah, yeah, it's supposed to reset every special.
Yeah.
Okay. Character points reset as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Resources reset.
Okay. I figure as far as resources, I didn't want to assume that character points did.
Well, because you guys aren't actively gaining experience, yeah, your standard 5 CP will reset.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's get you some fucking healing then, Jones.
There's a part of me that wants to grab something on the way home.
Yeah, I think I can get you the max 6D healing. That's a 43 healing.
Yes, that'll be the max D healing.
Yeah. 6d6.
Yep.
No power die.
No power. Yeah.
No, I can't streak on it.
Nope.
Even if I did want something, that line is wrapped around the building. Okay, I heal 18, which, considering my character, should put me back at full.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll say, because my character doesn't have that many points to begin with. Misa Squishy.
In theory, you are now.
Okay. So I just closing down the program I was using. There we go. Looks, yeah. As I see that he saw. So. Okay. Nope.
At this point, I just assume he's not showing up.
There we go.
I'll say, if Eric's doing like he did last time, or if it happens like it happened last time, Eric will show up around like 11:30. I believe he showed up relatively late last time because it was like he needed to sleep or fell into a coma. Which was hilarious because I was looking at the thing and it said, it gave a thumbs up around. Like,
yeah, so he acknowledged that we were going to be late, so he was up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, which is why I was, posing the message now.
He honestly might have been like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm going to be ready and we're going to do.
Yeah, and that's cool if that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he'll probably wake up and be like, oh shit, wasn't expecting balls. Because if he wasn't going to show up, he wouldn't have done that at all. So I think he just accidentally fell asleep while just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and rest my eyes for a few minutes.
Never rest your eyes.
If I rest my eyes, then I do it in a well-lit room. If you rest your eyes in a dark room, your ass is just going to fall apart.
Oh no, I've rested my eyes in a car before, not while I'm driving. And
I did. I did. I woke up 4 miles down the road. I was like, what the fuck?
Now, I have been dozy, you know, the kind of thing where it's like you're clearly still driving, but you kind of have this sense that you maybe lost a bit of time. I've had that happen before, which might actually be drifting at the wheel. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's drifting at the wheel.
but that's generally when I pull over. Like, oh shit.
I tend to do that. And I'm like, okay, like I fall asleep. I'm like, okay, Brett is like, okay, rest stop 5 miles, and then I'll just be driving, and then I just blank out, and then I just like raise my head. I was like, what the fuck? And it's like rest stop, rest stop 500 feet. And I was like, the fuck did I just do? Like, did I just drive for 5 miles and not die? Awesome, thank you, body. Which is probably a sign that I drive too much. If I can drive while asleep.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think that's a sign of, as you said, like experience driving. Like, if you drive a lot.
Well, honestly, I drive enough to. I can't do it during the day. I drive better at night. I'll say to me, it's kind of one of those weird things. If I drive during the day, I'm more likely to get tired driving during the day than I am at night. Even if I'm dead tired hitting the road at night, then my brain's just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is fun. It's nighttime. I guess because I have to be more focused during the day, it's too easy because you can see everything. I guess my fear of just random woodland animals running out to the road keeps me awake.
Freaking deer.
Oh my fucking god.
No one knows the trouble of deer.
Yeah. Like, fucking hate them. And then just random possums just scurrying across the road too. That also sucks. You'll just see them. He's like, what the fuck is that? Is that a cat? No, it's a possum. Holy shit. And then the worst thing I hate is when you're in the country and then there are fucking deer standing on the side of the road like they're just waiting at the edge of the road to just jump out in front of you.
That kind of shit happened where it was like, okay, we're stopping to let them go, and thunk, they decide to ram themselves into the side of the vehicle. I was staying still not to spook you. I don't know why the hell you did that.
Oh yeah, no, I guess maybe they saw it as a challenge.
Maybe, I don't know. But
I was like, oh, you're gonna stop? Challenge accepted.
But in terms of this, that amazing first aid roll. Again, it took you some time to actually get here, so that definitely could have happened during the transit.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Bandaged up.
Now, there is something I want to check since medkits are being much more in use this time around. Because I don't think this is a thing we generally have had to do concerning...
I'm out. I believe Eric is out at this point. I do have Brian's sheet, so I can...
I do not remember how many I came with.
Yeah, I'm looking. I know most of them have gone into Eric. Okay, well, according to the version of your sheet I have, you don't have a med kit, but...
Uh-oh! Of course, he wasn't listed as the doctor,
right?
But I don't see why he wouldn't have a med kit.
Right. That was my point.
Oh, so I'm like, I figure each of us, like, standard issue have, like, a med kit.
Nope. They're only standard issue for the people who actually know how to use them.
So if the person who knows how to use it, dies...
You take it off their body and somebody else uses it.
That seems very short-sighted on someone's end.
I ran out of money when building the characters.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know how much med kits cost, so that's why I was like, okay.
Well, I think these are the good med kits.
Yeah, they're the good ones that actually give you a skill bonus.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like, okay, yeah, just give us like those med kits that you can buy at Family Dollar or some shit.
No.
Some Band-Aids and aspirin, and here's some hit points. I'm gonna say Band-Aids, aspirin, burn cream. and antiseptic wipes. That's what I thought we were dealing with.
Let's see. Rolling to heal on the body points. Character might only attempt to kill a patient once per day. Other characters may be able to help. As opposed to the regular rune threshold thing, which is...
So only the medic actually has skills. Medic.
I mean, I've got I got a decent default, and I do have a med scanner, which is how I was able to heal you. But yeah.
Okay. I think what
I can just first aid because I have technical.
Okay.
Do we all have med scanners or just you?
Just me. And the medic.
Okay. No.
Again, you have the engineering scanner. I have a med scanner.
Okay. So the most of my money get dumped into the droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Slave Toy is awesome.
It's the default stat block. I didn't, except for the armor. I think I upgraded his armor.
He upgraded his armor, yeah. But that apparently made him awesome. Especially when he's turned evil.
Yeah, I missed all the damage he did. What I heard, he just turned evil, did one thing, and then got zapped.
Because I was no longer rolling for him, yeah. I mean, you were no longer rolling for him, and I was rolling for him. Yeah. My roll 20 dice kicked in.
So you gotta roll real dice to have maximum effectiveness percent. It is so weird seeing police officers with blue and red lights. I haven't seen that until I came out to Chesterfield.
Yeah, I'm used to just being blue.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of where you guys are now, if everyone is good and ready, you have entered what. You good?
Yeah, like dude just pulled up behind me, fucking bright ass happies.
Oh, that can give me headaches.
Okay.
Shit, yeah.
That was. I don't know how many middle fingers I have to hold up for him to take that as a sign to turn him down.
Get one of those
Oh, no,
foam
yeah.
hands, except it's a middle finger.
A lot of people like that. You can continue while my brain, resets from being solar flare.
Okay, you guys have entered what according to what you've been told and the listing outside as the security section. There are a number of panels to the west. A central desk immediately in front of you. If you guys enter using the, I believe it was the orange key card.
I believe so. Yes.
That was repaired, which is good because that means you don't have to blow the door or try to hack the door. You can just kind of use it to come in. To the west, aside from a number of holographic panels which you can read at your leisure, there are 2 desks with chairs, a door, and closer to you guys is a somewhat large holographic display that is fritzing a bit. From what you can tell in its current fritz state of not being able to keep the image resolved, but for any more than like a fraction of a second, there is a familiar shape to the projection, but from this distance, you're not going to be able to get any more of a sense than that. And there are doors to the south. Judging by the coloration of the words without Clax's translation, the impression you get just by looking at it, and at least your Galactic Society, it essentially is one is a entry and another is a exit, just kind of like next to each other for whatever the next room is. The area currently is empty of people that you can immediately see at a glance. Though there are signs of portions of wall that have been damaged by looks like maybe some form of heat weapon. There's some distortions on some areas of the floor, which looks like something may have detonated on it, like some sort of like small bombs. Not enough to cause waves of destruction, but enough to, leave disruption on the floor. Tiny little pinpricks are left in those areas. Nope, that was a hotkey. Excuse me. Just as a reminder, as I recall it, I will scroll up because I think there were some. Or did I verbally say the notes last time? I don't see a. Last thing I have on here is a repair and a concentrated first aid. So I must have verbally said what the breakdown was last time. Do you guys need the reminder
Yes,
of
please.
why you came here?
Yeah.
Okay. As I recall, it was mentioned, and let me actually refer to my scenario notes to see if I jotted it down there. Okay. There was it was either one of two things. One, there is a control system in the area for the drones. That could have been one reason. So I don't specifically remember what reason I settled on. The second reason was that engineer Maester Etal was last known to be in this area to, I believe it was actually sabotage the drone repair console.
I think that's the one we...
And you are aware that his card would be required to access the life support systems.
Okay. Well, Tim, if you can see about maybe getting some of these one of these consoles up and running, I'll do a sweep.
Sure.
I'll see what we can learn in here. I'll do a sweep of the room.
Okay, you're starting over there?
Well, I'm making my way over there and sweeping the room as I go.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, in terms of consoles, the an overt one would be the projector on the Fritz.
Okay. Okay, I know that's wrong, and I see why that's wrong. I rolled 60-20, for a total of 65. So
that sounds like a terrific roll. Man, imagine imagine if this really was, a D20s like that instead of D6s. The ranges would be insane.
Instead is a 20.
Okay. What skill did you roll? What repair skill did you roll?
Computer programming, I'm assuming, since you're trying to fix a computer.
Yep, computer program repair. Okay, and I will move you over to the console.
Was that, I'll say, I assume that's what we were doing, since we're not trying to, or is this like capital ship repair? Because it sounded like we were repairing a hologram computer things.
Yeah, you were. It was a correct skill. I was just making sure. Okay, since you were doing a sweep, Emir.
Mm-hmm.
These screens right here. Well, you can't necessarily read them. They appear to be formatted like wanted posters.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just to be clear, you were going around the room, ending where you.
Yeah, go. Make sure not be hiding behind tables or something as he makes his way around, and then finishing by that door.
Okay.
Yeah, checking for the cold spot being the big one.
Okay. You have identified 3 maintenance way doors.
Okay.
The door you're currently in front of right here.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, that was on the right layer.
Yeah.
Is a locked. It's a locked door. It actually requires not a security key, but any of the blue shaded keys.
I will use one of the ones of those we picked up then.
Okay. When you
I doing that thing where he's like up against the wall and like opens the door, so if anything fires out through the doorway, he's got the walls covered.
Okay. Green open marker. Okay, looking around. At first, what you see are what you see on the map. These orange-lined hatches, but oddly, nothing else in the room until something does catch your eye.
I shoot it. No, just kidding.
Looking up on the ceiling, mounted in these cradles, are
sperm.
are drone upon drone upon drone.
Very quietly close the door.
Again, we will have none of that shit.
Make a note on the little omnifuel sonar map. Possible trouble? Question mark.
Yeah, you're looking at like at least 30.
Yeah.
In there.
Nope, south. No.
Okay. Repairing the holographic station will momentarily turn it off, and then it becomes bright again as it now has a repaired projection system. You now can tell what was so familiar about it. It was in fact a image of the large ship you're on, with many flashing dots on it, in different sections of the ship. So you basically have like a rough outline of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then like some are clusters of like flashing dots, Some are off on their own. Kim, what are you wanting to do at this particular now repaired console?
See what the holographic image has pulled up, and see what I have access to from this console.
Okay.
I would like to type into the computer.
I like to do computer things.
Look, I did this by typing. Because that's not creepy at all. I get off the highway and there's someone literally standing at the edge of the highway in a black hoodie and white sneakers with his hands in his pockets, staring at everyone who is passing by the highway.
Oh yeah, not concerning at all. Okay.
Yep, that's how you go. Yeah.
Looking at it should pull out the Glock and shoot him as he's going to the highway. Looking at the console, looking at what you can do with it. You also notice that there are two dots. While of the same color, they are different than the other flashing dots. One of the flashing dots is in the hangar bay. The other dot is in the bay adjacent to the hangar bay. The rest of the other dots, according to what you can tell with the station, and I'll say Clax is going to be there with you to help to assist in translation. What you're seeing are what are quite possibly you're not sure whether they're locator tags or not, but it is apparently showing crew locations, or at least what locations are being picked up.
Hmm.
If you're familiar with the 2000s plus Prey video game, you remember the locator bracelets and the station that said where each bracelet was? It's kind of like that.
Okay. Okay.
Can I get a perception roll?
Everything was going fine. You had to ruin it, Nathan.
It's Silent Station after ruin everything.
Yeah. It's like I was doing just fine. Didn't have to roll like my worst skills.
That's okay. The difficulty isn't that bad, but I know I've said that before.
Thank you for saying that. Crit fail.
Okay.
I rolled 2d6. I rolled a 1 and a 6, and then on the 1 I re-rolled it into 6.
That's
So nothing.
That's absolutely fine. Everything is fine.
Awesome. I'm so happy that everything is fine. That roll wasn't even necessary because there's nothing to even see. All right. So on my tombstone, when you jettison my corpse into space and what's left of it, I want it to say everything is fine.
Done.
Everything is fine. I'm so happy I came here.
If you do die, and this becomes an actual game, I'm totally gonna have an alien intercept your like casket photon torpedo looking thing, and like bring you back as like an evil cyber monkey.
Ooh, sweet cyber Zaboomafoo. That'd be great. Coming back to seek revenge against the decision that I chose to make to come out here in the first place, but if the galaxy had taken care of itself, I wouldn't have had to flee from the bones.
What happened to Tim? I'm the main character now.
Give me my stats, motherfucker.
Okay.
Tim becomes the main character because someone stuffs a crystal inside of him.
But yeah, this console is a crew locator system basically, along with like other security alerts. From the station, you will also see that there are some areas of this large ship that are rendered impassable due to damage.
Sounds great.
Okay. Okay, Emir. It looks like you're near the doors to the next area.
Yep, making his way over there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to make to make your way over there.
Yep. Oh, same thing. Open door, same as the other one.
Okay. So you're just gonna like open the door and be off to the side, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. What? Wait a second, then peek around.
Okay. Okay. You reach towards the door. Can you roll me sense? Because I believe you have danger sense. Yeah.
So I hope I have danger sense. Yes, I do. Really good, doesn't it? That's a 2.
2? Okay, everything's fine.
It's okay. Like the rest of the special, I won't remember it anyway.
Okay. When okay, so after side you toggle the door. Okay. One moment. Okay, of course you don't have an image specifically for that. You'd think it wouldn't be that hard to find this. There we go. How dare. Okay. You open the door. And let me change the tinting on this. Shoot, is that even visible? I don't think that's really visible. No, that's not really visible. Shit. Sorry, let me get something more visible. I said more visible, not less visible, damn it. There, I'll just freaking use this, make this color. You know what? I will just make a description then, since apparently me finding shit, there we go. That's larger than they are, but there we go. It's at least visible now. You you open the door,
Mm-hmm.
and because you're kind of off to the side and you opened it, I'm not going to have you roll, roll anything. There is a thump noise and a blur of metal comes down and out, like toward in your direction. I guess down and inward from your perspective. From the door, these tiny flechettes embed themselves into the ground,
Okay.
and the flechettes begin flashing. This time it's not flashing red, it's flashing blue.
Okay. Interesting.
With that, are you still wanting to move through that door?
Again, can I peek his head around?
From the perspective you would have by going through, or by peeking around, because I think you're not actually there yet, you'd be peeking from up there.
Yeah.
So,
This Predator's an asshole.
give this a map later. You'll be able to see this pillar, which looks like it has some data screens on it. Yeah, because looking down this hall, yeah, it's kind of wall, console. It's rather narrow. Your field of view from there.
Yeah. I figure at this point, mostly looking for whatever just fired at me.
There is a rectangular box on the ceiling, which is now open. The box is like a small box, and it looks like there's a sensor node on it, probably a motion sensor. The small container is now empty. Presumably, it had the flechettes in it.
Yeah. Alright, we'll start cautiously making our way in, trying to stay, I guess, low, so if the box opens another round, I don't get blasted by whatever's about to come for those flechettes.
Mm-hmm.
Or, rather, trying to be mindful of not standing in the line of fire of the flechettes.
Okay.
I don't know if that'd be sticking to the wall or what. But...
Okay. Are you wanting to move there then, or actually move into the room?
Start making his way into the room.
Okay, then feel free to move yourself a movement phase into the room.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to dodge.
Okay.
2.
Okay, you will see the equivalent of a blast door right over here and right over here, which are the thicker doors with the orange markers on them. Okay. This console is tall enough that you can't see over it.
Okay.
These other consoles are.
Oh, guys, the space jockeys.
Okay. Kim, is there anything else you'd like to do with the console? Again, the console is tracking crew ID tags and logging anomalies and such. The crew ID tags are in a light blue flashing color. There is, excuse me. There is a purple flashing dot in the hangar area and the area adjacent to the hangar area, which since you have clashes through, I can tell you is the manufacturing area. There is also several areas that are redlined, which, according to Clax, indicate that that there's severe damage in those areas and you can't travel them. At least, it's like damage control is needed in the area, so it's technically impassable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if there's a means by which to determine what each color means. Blue, purple, blue and purple at least.
The blue are crew tracking markers. If you were to
I'm trying to figure out what purple is.
purple is unknown or unauthorized.
Well, that's not good.
Anyway.
And have that shit.
Yeah, you can gain more information by essentially, accessing a particular dot.
I would like to just check one of the blue ones, just to test run it to make sure it's actually working properly.
Just like at random.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue dot at random.
The blue dot at random. Okay. Can you roll me 3d6?
Mm-hmm. Power die or just 3d6?
Just 3d6.
Six.
6 on 3d6. Okay. Okay. Excuse me.
Motion.
Lance Armsman Coy, current location. Thingamabob here. Current location is just on is in T2-1. There is a bit of a service record along with it, which Clax can translate. Excuse me. It is a Lance Ardsman Koi is a what appears to be a younger individual with a 3-year service record, and Clax is roughly translating the kind of division as soldier, since Clax isn't sure what the difference between, say, a marine, security, yada yada would necessarily be in terms of that specific.
They kill stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other dot you would want to look at?
Since I see that works, so check the purple one.
Okay. Oh, also, T2-1 is listed as a part of the Stellar Nav and Astrocartography section.
You said what?
I was just clarifying that section 2-1 is a part of Stellar Nav and Astrocartography.
Oh.
I was just clarifying where that location was. You also have access to voice samples.
Woohoo!
If you want. Okay, which purple dot are you wanting? The one in manufacturing or the one in the hangar?
One in manufacturing.
Okay. Anyway, unauthorized vessel. Configuration not recognized. There's some other readouts where it goes into a little bit more detail. The ship and manufacturing does have some recognizable components. Being listed as some parts of the ship are identified as, or recognized as defense fighter cannon. Again, Clax will need to roll to actually get into some technical stuff. So, similar information is defense fighter cannon, which is recognized from the ship's own database. Another section is recognized as gas refiner ship, a Bussard collector. Many other parts of the ship aren't identified. There's just a few pieces of it that have been identified by the system. There is also a note that the ship is damaged and currently being repaired by the manufacturing area's systems, though it's an external program that is giving the instructions, so the system is not sure of the schematics.
Gotcha. That sounds great. It's like, this is being fixed. About who? Eh.
The ship's size appears to be that of a large freighter, like a space transport freighter kind of ship, at least in terms of size and silhouette.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Do you want to check out the other dot?
Yes, I will check out the other dot.
Okay. Unauthorized / unregistered ship. Ship type unknown. Excuse me. With the mass and stuff it's giving, it appears to be a light capital ship of some form. The system does not recognize the weapons or hull composition. And of course, there are like requests for security to check out these unregistered ships, but obviously security isn't responding to that.
Okay, so everything's going. Must say so. That seems to be pretty good to go. All right. All right. I can relay that to the rest of the squad then. And all the other blue dots are just people.
Yeah.
So so it's just those two purples and some blue and damaged areas.
Yeah, and damaged areas. Considering you've been continuing to look at the screen, can you make me a perception roll again?
Okay. I can do this, I swear. It's not a crit fail, but it's still a 0.
Okay.
Rolled a 1 and a 1.
Okay.
But I can't see it. These are the rules.
Okay. The system, by the way, appears to be detecting two, a blue dot in the room you're in, and 2 blue dots to the room south of you.
Right. You do? The dots got him.
Shit. Okay, Emir, feel free to continue on.
Check your back first. 3.
Okay, you will see a older alien life form, same life form as the rest. Again, I only have like one image of these guys, so I've been trying to use dots to differentiate them. Older individual, looking individual. There is a. Excuse me. It looks like that they were changing or messing with the internal parts of this panel, right? Of this large panel right here. which you do see a kind of schematic outline on one of the screens of the drones that you encountered earlier. And of course, there's like other text and stuff, text and stuff on here. The person appears unmoving. You'll see a short green sliver in the being's back on their left shoulder.
All right. I guess start patting them down and making sure to check out that whatever that injury is.
Okay. So we're gonna pat him down first.
Yep.
Okay. In the internal in a like internal pocket, you will find a like royal blue colored triangular key card. At that point, at that point in time, there will be a sonic pulse from over here.
Okay.
You can make me a perception roll with plus 3D given the fact that there's like walls and some distance in the way for you. Kim,
I'm sorry, make that a what? At plus 3?
Perception
Perception.
at plus 3D.
Is this like a soak roll or is this like a skill check?
It's like a soak roll, if I remember correctly, like the more the flashbangs and stuff using.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm so I knew whether we had overconfidence.
Actually,
I should have worn my helmet again. Helmet would have protected me.
Actually, how do we do the sonic shit in Maquis? Was that still strength or perception?
The Halo flashbangs explicitly say perception. Everything else just says damage.
Okay. In which case, sorry, strength plus 3D.
Okay.
And could I get a strength roll from you, Kim? Since you have a more, since you don't have any walls or anything shielding you from the sonic pulse.
Cool. That would be a solid 7.
Okay. Okay, that's 7 for you, 18 for you.
Assuming I did this right. I think I did. The further we go into this, the more I'm regretting not wearing my helmet.
Okay. Kim, you take two levels of stun as as this pulse, the sonic pulse emanating from near the doors just hits you. Tim, of course, doesn't need to roll anything because Tim's a droid, and Clash is in mark mode.
Yep.
It looks like a motel.
You, of course, hear the sound, but you have enough material between you and it that it's not really affecting you. As that happens, however, can I get either a perception or a... Actually, no, you were focusing on searching that guy, so a perception roll.
Ten.
Okay. Okay, that is enough, actually.
Oh, shit.
You will see a motion on the door as a maintenance hatchway has opened.
Bring the gun up.
Excuse me.
How many times gonna put you down, old man?
No, that's not gonna apply. That's not gonna apply. Okay. And so this was like, this was happening. Okay. I will need a. I'll need a dodge roll from you as a. Short, stubby. It looks like a stubby version of a claw from a claw game. Shoots out of the maintenance way.
Great.
That's a bunch of tracks that don't work. No, need something more action than that. Okay. Let me just fill in right now. That's fine. Okay. The teddy claw thing reaches out and grabs on to the royal blue key card that you just found from the guy's pocket. Can I have a lifting roll as it's attempting to reel it out of your hand?
Why? We were making progress, you son of a bitch. Put a couple character points on this.
Nice lifting, by the way. Nice.
Power suit helps.
Oh, I imagine.
Plus, character point. So you only want the key card because we want it. You knew it was here. You just left it there. You son of a bitch. You're just being a dick.
Okay, you are able to hold on to it as it is attempting to effectively reel. And you are able to hold on to it.
Okay. Pull it back and, I guess...
Well, I mean, it still has a thing clamped
Yeah.
on it. You're just,
Mm.
it's just not leaving your hand.
Okay.
Okay. Kim, given where you are, you're able to identify a few nearby areas.
Yeah, you say given where I am, what now?
Excuse me.
Finally logging in.
Yeah, from where, because of the little locator map thing you're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
you were able to identify some of your surrounding areas.
Gotcha.
Which, oh, that's why you can't see it because it's in the deck.
Oh,
we
Jesus Christ. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, there should be some readable location areas now.
Oh, okay. Nope. Whole lot of that.
Okay. Let's see. So grab the. You were able to do that. Okay. Emir. Since you're still holding on to it, it's still, of course, trying to reel away, but you're able to hold on to it. What would you like to do?
Bring the Omniblade online, try to cut the connection, and then make a move to vault over to the other side of the console. I have the SOCON style, which is the one that lets you get +1 to 3D for defense for environment. I don't know how that would factor in here, but since you mentioned it applies to all defenses.
It is applied to all defenses. I believe that's a style that's like if there's lots of debris around you.
It's the one that lets you take advantage of your take advantage of your environment. So
Okay.
I know there's not necessarily debris here, but with the consoles and stuff, I don't know if that would apply.
Given the consoles and stuff, there's not a lot of stuff here, so I'll say a one additional.
That's fine. That's better than I have now. I assume I don't need to roll a hit to hit the cable since I'm literally attached to it. I just need damage.
Yeah, just need some damage. Okay, is my music just not? Okay.
It says nothing's playing currently. It's not mine.
Hmm?
David was asking if his music was busted. It's like, well, according to my jukebox, at least nothing's playing.
It's playing now.
Okay, I'm not hearing anything.
I'm hearing it.
It says stuff is playing. Yeah.
That is weird.
I have that problem all the time. Well, it gets busted for me, but the rest of you guys still hear it.
That is okay. Let's just see which 19.
So I get 19 damage to the cable, and I try to pull the card to myself and dive behind the console. It's back!
Okay. You sever the connection.
Awesome. Shove it into his utility belt, dive behind the console,
Okay.
and I guess bring Light Shield online in case he starts firing more stuff at us.
Okay. No, this question mark is not his actual location. It's just for me to be able to
Yeah.
to have a thing to track.
I assume still nothing on the cold sense. When I was looking at what was tugging on me.
Given your angle, no, but
Well, I mean, I would in theory been looking at him when he was trying to tug the thing away, so I wasn't sure if he was showing up then, even though I dived, or I obviously lost sight when I dived, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Just as a test of theory, was I seeing him at all when he and I were in the tug of war?
well, I factor that in if you're like doing a search or perception to try to find them.
What is this?
Need options. I have none.
Feel free to roll the initiative.
I don't want it. Nothing good happens there. See, now you're just doing it to spite me.
$23. Okay.
Yeah. Really? This is really not getting funny anymore.
What is it loaded with?
I'm on standard at this point.
Oh.
So low yield explosive or whatever it is. What do they call it? Okay, yeah, it's whatever the normal standard gyro round is for this thing.
Oh, there's a 1 and a 6. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 1 and a 6.
Okay.
Because what else could it be? Not like Power Die have other numbers. Okay, we came in here for the key card. In theory, we have the key card. This is another round, so I can move again freely.
Okay. This might be a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Your grok hit the was a bit off and hit the console.
Okay.
Okay, moved back there. Anything else you're doing?
No. Dodge, shoot, move.
Okay.
Say, whatever it is coming our way.
Can you kill it?
Not sure. Depends on whether I can, hit the broadside of a barn. So far, all I've succeeded in doing is blowing up a console.
Well, it's better than what I can do. It's better than what I can do. All I can do is die at it. So.
Well, upside, I think I got the key card we needed.
That's a start.
So in theory, we can move on to the next spot.
Oh, that's not super good. Okay. Okay. I think you were paying attention to this area here.
Yeah.
Okay. You will gotta get a perception roll, and you will hear a slight soft hydraulic sound next to you. The perception roll, of course, is free. No map involved.
Perception. Ooh, that's a big 9.
Big 9. Given what's going on, that is that is close enough. Concerning the sound, you'll look over to see that the main hatch here is open.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see a small bit of coldness next to you moving in for an attack.
Okay, I still in theory have a dodge on file.
Okay.
But this sounds like it'd be a melee.
It is a melee.
God damn it.
Brian, are you actually, I see that you're in Roll20 here, are you actually, at a map and such?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's right. Hold on. I did not hear initiative. If I was supposed to roll it. Right. That's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but there we go. Apologies.
Kim, since you wouldn't know, I'm just letting you know the room you're currently in is ongoing security operations. The room to your south is drone control and filed activity.
That Amir just ran out of?
Yeah, it's a room that Amir just moved out of. The area to the west over here is security drone deployment. And there is an area further west that is listed as armory.
Okay. All right. So, based on what you said, the death is around the corner, correct?
Um, well, it's 2 rooms over, not accessible from the room you're in. Because if you
Oh,
look at the
okay.
map, you can see the path it'll take to get there. Though technically there
Yeah.
are some other options.
Yeah, that's the way the death is. So,
Perry 29. Okay. You right, because you have a stun cloak thingy going on.
Got a stun cloak and an opportune shot.
'Cause, funny that you say opportune shot because you did in fact parry.
Huzzah!
Okay. Um. Where'd the code? There we go. No. Okay, I need to note that. Okay, there's a Grok explosion, like basically just right next to you, because you did your opportune Grok. Um, there is ripples in the air, from both the initial parry contact and the shot. Okay, technically this goes turn. Okay. There'll be a little bit of motion that you can still see because of the distortion from the hit. Um, the distortion gradually, the ripple gradually fades from your hit as the rippling is heading in this direction.
In what direction?
Oh, can you not see? Oh, because I had it not to show. In a this way direction.
So toward the consoles, or whatever those are. Hey, Kim, make for the door.
okay. This one?
Well, I was thinking this one, unless you can think of a reason we need to go further into the security office.
There's an armory. Unless you want to come back.
We can take a look if you want. Just, be aware this guy's gonna be hot on her heels.
Nope, 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 nope. I'm, standard issue flamethrower. Dude, you bring it with us.
It's not a standard issue thing.
This has been a whole year. Why isn't it standard issue yet?
Because we don't need them standardly.
Apparently we do.
A handful of occurrences does not require standard issue.
Hey, must say it only takes one. It only takes one instance to make us dead.
Again, risk of being dead is something you signed up for when you joined this expedition.
Yes, and I agree to that, but I also agree that I'd be able to make flamethrowers if something tried to kill us.
Well, you're the engineer. Engineer one.
Okay, 1 second. Anybody have any propulsion fuel on them?
Just you and your droid, and
Sure. Okay. Cool. All right. So what we're gonna have to do is we're about to say while we're running away, we're gonna have to see if we can find a car and or some sort of speeder and siphon the gas out of it and use
speeders
it as
run on
part.
batteries.
Ah,
It was the future.
yeah. Need napalm. I need to make some household napalm. Okay, I'm an engineer. Technically means I'm a chemist too. I'll figure this out.
Either way, it's your turn, dude.
Alright. Mm, yes. I guess 10 as well, so beep boop boop beep boop boop.
It's like, the armory might be interesting, but we are getting our ass beat.
Seriously, depending on what's in the armor, it may be helpful, but I understand the decision here.
I say we can always stick our nose back into the armory because we know where it is now, but honestly, I was hoping this guy would take a longer break after the beating we gave him last time. I mean, he was literally just in the last room. What the fuck? Fucking alien isolation AI. How is to get anything accomplished if he's breathing down our necks every time we try to accomplish a puzzle? Or an exploration segment. You doing anything beyond moving?
Running, you said head for the door, so
Yeah.
I headed
Oh,
for
yeah.
the door.
I was mainly thinking defending.
Yeah. Let's see. Sure. I didn't know how far away he was, so.
I'm not sure either.
Okay.
He's still invisible
Well,
right now.
I will roll my shitty defense. Wow, that's actually really good for me.
Yeah, because I believe I mentioned it took you about 45 minutes to an hour to get there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Again, it's
cool.
one of those things of, it sounds like the GM wants us to explore, but then he jumps us immediately, so we don't get a chance to explore.
All right. 13 defense, which is amazing for me.
So it's like, okay, I can try to explore while being attacked, or I can back up a little bit, get us, and figure out where to go from here.
alright.
I mean, I hate running away, but there's not really anything else I can do. My dice have betrayed me.
Also hate.
And this guy does not seem to be, taking the hit by getting hit repeatedly. Which seems to indicate that we're not doing
Running
a lot of
away,
damage.
but also hate dying. So stick we can get.
New initiative, please.
Already in.
I'm working on it. Oh, better than last time. There we go.
Well, he's got initiative.
Okay. Oops. Okay. So you were booking it. I'm gonna get another perception roll from you.
Me.
It's sorry, you being Emir. If you have any visual bonuses, I don't know.
Only
if you,
to search.
Oh, okay.
14.
14. Okay.
Oh, hang on. Here, what the wording on the motion tracker is. Motion tracker is all situations. So 14 becomes 20.
Okay. Okay.
5.
5. Well, did you really like run out the door?
He said make your way to the door.
Okay.
So all I can do is do what he said.
Okay.
So
That 5 is enough to make this up, but Emir's roll is. You will see that this console over here.
Which one? Oh, wait, no.
Oh, sorry. This console.
Yeah, the hollow projector.
Yeah. Is being manipulated.
Cool.
Let's see. You said with your motion sensor it was 20.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with that perception, you will be able to see, and I'll move the question mark. You'll be able to see that the cold signature is over there.
Okay.
And with that roll, I'm saying this what he's primarily doing with his actions right now. Oh, that's some roll right there. Okay. You will notice something peculiar. Of the 3 blue dots in this room, according to the hollow projector,
Mm-hmm.
One of the blue dots has like one of those indicator lines pop out of it. Some red text next to it, and the third dot winks out.
Okay, now I'm really confused.
Just to reinforce from earlier, from what Kim found out, that console right there
was tracking
was
tracking bracelets and
well,
unknown ships.
Bracelets.
Yeah, it was tracking personnel and unknown ships.
Yeah.
So either a person died or a ship got removed from the system. I'm not sure.
It was one of the blue dots, so a crew tag is no longer being tracked.
Yeah. Okay. Why is the Invisible Man removing crew tags? Now what the fuck? I am so lost.
That's okay. You can make an investigation roll if you like.
No, I can't. I can't
Maybe
afford the action
still in the-
economy.
Okay, Emir.
And investigation's barely my. I don't really have investigation. I have 2D in perception. I wouldn't be able to investigate shit. Alright, well, here we go.
Is this a point blank Grok shot?
Well, as he's running up.
Okay.
Doing the Masato, shooting as you run, and then you'll need the eye in the back. Or maybe it's his front. I don't know. He's invisible.
Oh, shitty roll. Who's currently at that? Grok shot catches that. Okay. Okay, your Grok shot appears to... Oh, need to be on that layer to change that number. Appears to hit a same ripple effect as if it hit a barrier, though the being does stagger forward, partially leaning over the controls, distorting the hollow projector. Your gun foo comes in your fist, or is it a fist or kick?
Knee, yeah.
Your knee hitting and then breaking through a barrier, impacting much more solid metal armor.
Okay.
It will spout some alien speech at you. Kim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. He was like, Kim. I was like, yes. Okay.
Yeah, he was telling you it was your turn.
Okay. And we're leaving, correct?
Unless you want to check out the armory now.
No. Okay. And I see him attacking you.
Yes, I am fighting the semi-invisible creature. I say semi because it does take a hit from the stun cloak, and we know that does make it momentarily semi-visible.
Gonna turn around, look at Tim. Like, we should probably do something, shouldn't we?
You would have lost a stop. So you're at one stop.
Okay.
Since you're right next to it, and you'll see this, a cold cold cylindrical signature. Well, let me see, rectangular signature. About hip height is seen with your Solidus eye, which is separate from the like arm mounted.
I'm seeing a random box thing on the guy's belt. Okay.
Yeah, it had just become visible,
Okay.
and it appears you're only seeing part of it. So like something is inserted into basically scan dampening stuff, but part of it is exposed, so you're seeing it kind of visual.
Okay.
That was for Emir's Solidus eye. I figured I could describe that to him while you're deciding on what you want to do, Kim.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to take my welding torch.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to see about trying to quickly try to, rig. So I'm going to quickly try to rig, some of Tim's spare oil reserves.
Did you already use his spare oil reserves last time?
I use his hydraulic fuel.
Oh, okay.
I use spare hydraulic fuel.
Okay. So, you can use some of the oil reserves then?
Okay. I'm going to see if I can funnel it into a container. Into like a small little container thing.
I'm sure you have a container on you, being an engineer, yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty much going to spend my turn trying to turn this thing into a one-use flamethrower.
Okay, since it's not really a blaster, you can make an equipment repair roll to fashion it into like a jury-rigged, like, 1 or 2 use flamethrower.
Okay. Oh, this you decide that you want to do well on. Like, fine, fuck you. Okay. So that would be a 28.
28. Okay, you'll take your Are you wanting to take your turn to do this?
Yeah, I'm just taking my turn to do this so I can get the best use out of it possible. You're like, 1 moment, Amir. Be right there.
Okay.
Don't die.
Okay, your fashioning it is going rather well. As you're making it, you are designing it in such a way to most efficiently use what oil you have in terms of oil to firepower ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your new initiative's in.
Working on it. I dropped a little, but managing. All right.
Okay, Emir. Hitting it with your knee must have really taken it off balance.
Okay, well, I have some more. The Gunfu is going to go for that box you described.
Oh, okay.
So that's a called shot, which...
Your Gunfu, so you're going to be punching it, kicking it?
Kicking it, yeah.
Okay.
Which, is that a penalty on me or a bonus to him? I can never remember.
Yeah, that would be a called shot. I'll say a 1d penalty for your called shot.
Great. Okay. Here we
go. Okay, these rolls were still crappy.
Wow. Even when I have roll 20 rolls for shit.
And your grok shot is of the being proper.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, your grok strikes. Looks like it partially knocks them over onto the holographic display as you see the display fritz out and partially outlines.
Why do I bother?
Partially outlines the area. The gun foo unfortunately does not make contact.
Yeah, well, that's my turn.
Kim, you have completed your weapon. With the oil reserves, you will be doing 4d of fire damage. With an MO of 5 due to your mighty MO conservation method that you were able to rig up.
Okay.
It's range. Usually making it off of your torch. So its range will be 2/4/6.
That's cool because I got within 2. And I have character points. That's going to be a thing. Because if Amir can't hit him, I damn sure can't hit him.
Amir can't hit him because his power die keeps sabotaging him.
I mean, you have more dice to hit than I do. So.
No, not thanks to my power die. I'm basically living at minus 2d to life.
Yeah, dice rolls have been shitty. That's okay. This thing's been getting shitty dice rolls.
The entire special. My power die does not know there's a number beyond 1.
I'm gonna say, how many dice do you have to hit usually?
My gun, without tech bonuses, is 5D, and then I have 4D of Kung Fu.
Okay.
Which means I'm effectively rolling 3 and 2.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I'm at your level right now because, again, my power die doesn't believe in any number other than 1.
Okay.
Except for the odd chance it decides to throw a 6 at me after the 1.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use 3 of my character points for this. I need to make sure this connects. I'm only rolling 4D. Alright. Oops. Okay, and... Right, so that's... Roll 3 of you. Woohoo! Okay. Two. Next. Brain can't do math. I'm just going to type this in. Right. Do your thing, character. Okay.
That should be a thing. Keep in mind you're currently suffering 1 level of stun.
Yep.
Alright.
It's the reason why I use character points. How much damage?
It's 4D.
Okay.
With an MO of
5. Okay, so it's my normal 4D from the torch.
Oh, I didn't realize that was your normal 4D. I was going off of the fact that you were using oil versus something, more burning.
Yeah, I basically have like a plasma fusion torch, and I was just adding. I must have pretty much just jury rigged like some oil to it, so that the torch just kind of when the flame hits the torch, and I must have when the oil hits the torch, just swoosh out.
Okay. Oh, 4D. I mean, you've gotten yourself range with it.
Okay, so 4D with range. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, works for me.
You have a range. You have a maximum range of 6 instead of right next to you.
Okay, cool. I don't have to get close to him. I'm like, hey, shit face. Ah!
Mac wants to holy fuck. Okay, increase your damage by 1d plus 2.
Woohoo!
As it is it is kind of so focused on what it was doing in a mirror that it must not have noticed you off to the side.
No one ever notices the Spanish Inquisition.
Because you have like a mirror, it's like Connecticut, rock you around.
See. Alright. So there we go. Let's see. Is that +1?
Plus 2.
Oh, +2. Okay.
I do have a question. Do you... I mean, this is kind of blurring Mark mode, but this is... The team dynamic is supposed to matter in this.
Mm-hmm.
for Clax and his translations, do you want me to hold translations till like after a battle, or like have him be rolling languages or whatever during battle to live translate things?
I feel like it'd be more useful to live translate.
Yeah, that's probably more useful.
Okay.
And also helps explain why he's not in the fight, as opposed to just staring into space.
He's like, sweet, you guys are done fighting. Now we can talk.
Okay. 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 You hit him by that. Okay.
I got your back, Pathfinder. Ah!
The
And
air.
I'm just gonna see it. Like, yep, that's all I got. Run away.
The air like
You guys.
momentarily is aflame with this tall humanoid figure. With a sound of alarm. Action. Okay. You will see, Amir, since you're able to see the some of the cold stuff. You will see the cold thing at the hip rapidly be removed and tossed to the side. Come on. No, I don't click on
I'm sorry, okay, who was tossed to the side?
The small blue thing that you see on the side of the creature's hip is rapidly removed, and for lack of a better thing, I will use this as the item. And just tossed. Here's drawing. You will see a similar well, now you can more see it fully. What was tossed, it's a rectangular item, very similar to your guys' own power packs or power cells, except it is leaking this it looks like kind of dry ice effect is coming from it. The top part, which is the part that was exposed, looks like it's been partially melted, probably from the flame hit. And there's some sparks coming from it.
Okay.
You'll see from the figure itself, it takes out a shape very similar to the pack on the ground now, and slots it into the area on its hip, and makes a motion, and you can now no longer see it. So it's as if he slotted something in and closed an area. The air will slightly ripple, the reverse of when in the power area when you saw the shield break. It's the reverse of that in terms of the visual effect. There will be some more there will be some more um, alien speech, which I will need to roll for. Not sure what his language skill is. Actually, it hasn't changed between things, so let me go. Nope, that is journey trick stuff. Did I not? Because it's when I saved y'all's sheets. There we go. So I can roll his languages, and I'll also translate what he said, what the creature said earlier. If I did the roll type, languages is that much, which is actually what I thought it was. Okay. Screw you, roll 20. Screw you. Okay, I can only give basic shit. Okay. The comment earlier, was something about tracking as it related to like itself, like when it was messing with the console.
So it's seemingly trying to remove itself from the system, maybe.
The alien speeches is spouted out just now. And let me roll freaking better, please. Oh, could I just have to be better? Okay. Okay. Klax will Klax will translate. And again, I'm just going to try to speak plainly here. It will leave you to your current doom, and looks forward to seeing you if you survive.
Current doom? The fuck? Because that's not ominous. I assume that has to do with the ship falling into the black hole or whatever it was that was the setup for this.
You will you'll hear the voice a little further away as if it moved positions, which Klex will translate to I can't remember how I phrased it last time. Okay. it's not going to say that would be too confusing at this point. So, due to the current circumstances, it will skedaddle, and I'll remove this last stun from it. Okay. So, it was apparently a skirmish, as it was here for a couple of reasons, and was only able to accomplish some of them. And apparently believes you're in a doom situation.
Yeah.
There is a sense of a more immediacy to that. So not the fact that the station is near the giant anomaly.
Yeah, you better run.
So an immediate doom, or more immediate doom.
Yeah.
Oh, der.
Hmm?
The power pack's still smoking and looking like it wants to blow, isn't it?
It's still giving off like a blue like dry ice effect and sparking. It in fact is sparking a bit more violently than it was a few seconds ago.
Yeah, cool. We're gonna chuck that in here.
Okay. Boom.
And slam the door and hope it doesn't blow up the adjacent armory.
Well, the wall's pretty thick. Should be fine.
Right, that's why, that was the idea.
Okay, there'll be a as the walls crack, and the door after a few seconds of the sound will go and fall over the opposite side of it, looking just insanely damaged. I'm not going to take the time to red X everything, but the drones in there did not survive the explosion. And as a matter of fact, those orange hatch-looking things, the hatches themselves, have been just annihilated. So in theory, you could see like the shaft that it leads down into. The opposite wall is also kind of cracked and buckled a bit, but obviously the wall's ultimately held.
All right.
Oh, let me delete the power cell.
So, these guys have thermal detonators for power packs. Good to know.
Kim, since you were able to kind of realize this on site, the cell was definitely damaged by your flamethrower.
Ah! I knew it! There's nothing in any galaxy that I can't kill with a flamethrower.
Damn, I'm only reinforcing this.
All right.
Alright, it's good to know. I'll say when we get back, gonna see if I can get these commissioned. We need more flamethrowers.
It looks like you're going to go through the blast doors.
That's the idea.
Okay, because you are still in position of the orange key, you are able to open the doors. They're a little bit slow again. They're like reinforced blast door kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I presume we're going to do the one over here.
Yep.
Okay. You can move through those doors. While he's doing that, Kim, what are you wanting to do at this moment? You saw the power of Flame Torch
I hold on to the power of flame source because the power of flame source can apparently murder anything.
The tracking console was manipulated. Um, and yeah, yeah. Is there anything that you would like to investigate, Kim?
I guess since we have the time for it, assuming we have the time for it, I would like to go and see about trying to check out this armory. Hopefully, there's more Bernie things there for me to for me to get my hands on,
Sorry.
so I can outfit the entirety of this mission with flamethrowers.
Okay.
Because that way, if we have flamethrowers, we'll never have to worry about another threat ever again.
Well, given that, unless you're gonna push by him, Amir will get to the armory first. Feel free to move yourself into the armory. Excuse me.
He's the pathfinder. Let him find the path.
Yep, down the path to the guns.
Okay. The armory. It looks like many of the weapons racks have been removed their weapons, presumably because
Shit went down.
shit
Yeah.
went down. But there are still a number of weapons here. There are pistol-sized weapons, rifle-sized weapons, and a few shoulder stock. A few shoulder stock weapons. That is behind a basically a secured display glass. Also behind a transparent but secured area, is what looks like a unit that has they look like some form of grenades in them. A lot of this has been picked over, so you're looking at a total of six rifles, 5 pistols, 3 shoulder-mounted weapons, and it looks like a dozen. Looks like a dozen grenades.
Try out one of the rifles and pistols. To see if they're directed energy or what we're dealing with.
Right.
Check the magazine or whatever.
Okay, so you're using one of the pistols.
Well, first we'll again pop the magazine, see if there's actual anything in there, and if that doesn't work, then try shooting the floor.
It's like an energy cell.
Okay, so try shooting the floor.
Okay. Okay. There are. That would be. There's the initial setting it's on, which you're gonna have to click off of, which is kind of a safety. Aside from the safety setting, which is low safety on a regular kind of allow you to depress it, there are 3 other settings.
I'll start with the one closest to safety and work my way.
Okay. Okay. You'll let out a discharge. It is a orange orange blast. I'm sorry. There's 4 other settings. I was
Yeah.
wrong. It'll let out a singular shot. Roll me. If you're, because I think you're trying to also gauge damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me 5d for damage. Okay. You'll see that it does basically about 5d of about 5d of damage. You want to try the other setting?
Sure. Again, one tick up.
Okay. You it will also do 5d damage, but what you'll notice is that the orange bolt shot a bolt went much faster, and the bolt itself looks slightly segmented. While of course you didn't use it for this purpose, just looking at kind of the speed of the bolt, you'd be looking at a 2d to hit bonus.
Interesting.
Just due to the velocity of how fast it's going. You did see though that blasters really don't have like an ammo counter on them, do they?
Some of them do, but it really just seems to depend on the model.
Okay. You will see a slightly more depletion, and like this, it looks like a bar that tallies the energy levels.
Oh, so we have a variable blaster pistol, so their rifle's probably similar. And if I was any good with blasters, this would be worth hanging on to. I will toss one to Clax, though, because I know Clax is okay with blasters.
Safety, setting 1, setting 2. Are you going to try the next setting?
Again, he's just walking down the gauge.
Okay. Okay. It is a pulse of longer beams. Roll 70 damage.
Damn.
I guess not roll. I can just tell you what it is. You'll see the gauge go down a bit further than it was with the previous setting on it. I will post the stats of the pistol. Put a comma there.
Cool.
Okay. And are you want to try the rifles as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The damage is going to be 60.
Okay.
The second setting, which was quicker shots, is pretty much the same thing. It's just a higher power version of the pistol.
Yeah.
The setting after that, however, is different. I don't want to represent that. Okay. The setting, instead of it being that kind of higher damaging long pulse, is instead more of a short range, like shotgun like blast of energy.
Okay, so yeah, make sure Clax has one of each of those. We can get them studied later, but they should help him out now. And
Okay.
next area we needed to visit was.
Were you not doing investigating the shoulder mount or the grenades at all?
Sure.
I wasn't sure if you were.
I'm not sure how you can safely investigate the grenade without chucking it across the room.
Okay, well that's true.
But yeah,
I will happily check the grenades.
I will. Well, it's more a matter of I don't want to be in the room when it goes off.
No, I'm not saying I'm good at this.
I mean, if you can do your engineer thing to figure out what they do, great.
Yeah,
I'll check out the shoulder mount too. Sure.
Okay.
Aim it at the interior wall, just in case it does do more damage than we're expecting. It doesn't blow us into space.
Okay.
Check out grenades. Which wall did you say grenades were
on? It's just going to be just one of the shelves. It isn't empty. It is behind a secured glass though, so you'll need to use the orange key card to unlock it.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and over here. I assume that I roll. Let's check. It's a lot of 4s. 23.
23? Oh, are you checking your name?
Yeah.
Okay, and you were shooting it towards the interior wall. There are 2 settings on the Vashon launcher. Sorry, technically there's 3 if you include the off setting.
Well, again, start with what seems to be the lowest, and.
Okay, and you said you're shooting against the interior wall. How far away are you from your target?
Okay, we're presuming that this thing is like a normal boom boom. So I'm gonna stand here and gonna shoot here, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And we're shooting here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. For setting, I would ask you to roll 60, but in this case, considering what's here, I'm not going to actually ask you to roll the 60. It'll a energy that is very clearly in some sort of like containment, kind of like a blaster bolt. Instead of a blaster bolt being smoothly contained in the field, this is a little bit more straining against the field with the energy. Will impact. You'll see the field break upon impact, and it's integrated into the map. I can't actually move it. This is not a power cell. I'm just using it to have something I can, manipulate on the screen. Everything within that area, in terms of like the shelves and stuff, get pulled to the point point of impact violently and damagingly.
Oh, it's one of those guns.
And that will continue, because you can tell from the central point that implosive force will continue for 2 rounds before dissipating and the now warped objects clatter to the ground.
Cool. Toss that over to Clax.
I thought you wanted to check.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was setting 2.
No, that was setting 1.
Fuck.
Okay, where are you going to shoot for setting 2? The walls were the reinforced walls in the air were able to take that just fine.
Okay, based on what setting 1 just did, gonna move here. Shoot over here.
Okay. This, by the way, would be 8d damage.
Okay.
Let me just do a check. There we go. Okay. It's a when it hits this time, and you can actually kind of almost visually tell that the magnetic bottle is stronger on this shot than the first shot. And when it hits, the containment will dissipate, and it will violently detonate, causing damage to that area. From what you can tell, the power cell in this is more generating the containment field. There is, for lack of a better term, plasma ammo for the weapon itself. That needs to be refueled. So unlike the blasters thing, there is the equivalent of a rocket magazine that you'd need to load in. And I will post the sets for that, and I will put in the things to make it a bit easier to... Oh, I deleted it. To differentiate and read by embolding the names of the things.
So reload that, and again, toss it to Clax.
Okay, and let's see. You were testing the grenades.
Checking
Kim?
them, see if we can figure out.
Okay. Where?
Getting away from the grenade test. Go over.
But I'm not throwing them. I'm not throwing them. That's why I rolled a 23, was so I could hopefully something engineering to see if I could figure out how this works.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to look at it and see what it does. Okay.
Yeah, actually figure out what it must say, for this degree.
Wait, sorry. What was your roll to figure it out?
23.
23. Okay. To take your time to figure it out, you're going to be looking at a half an hour of analyzing it. Do you want to take that time?
How long?
We have
half an hour for him to get an understanding of the grenade with his technical skill versus just deploying it.
Can he do it on the move? Since he's got the scanners and shit?
Well, I figured part of what he was doing was taking off the outer casing and stuff like that to actually analyze it.
How many grenades are here?
Dozen.
Cool. And I'll say I'll take 6.
Okay.
This place owes me that much. I'll figure out what they do when I throw them at someone.
Okay. So next area is we did life support. No, we haven't done life support yet.
Yeah. You haven't. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
No, I'm trying to remember. So if you want to prompt, that'd be great.
Okay.
These are 6 of the same grenades, or 6, or I'm about to say, is it 12 of the same grenades, or 12 different grenades?
They all appear to be of the same design.
Okay, cool. Right, yeah, I'll take 6. Right, sorry.
Okay. So you were saying life support?
I was like, we have not done life support. We did stabilize. No, we didn't stabilize power. We did engines.
You repaired the drive. You what you've done so far is you've repaired the modified hyperdrive system.
Mm-hmm.
You have restored power to the manufacturing bay. You have restored power to the drone manufacturing systems.
Mm-hmm.
The life support. Life support systems. You guys did not decide to hack it. You decided to try to get a valid credentials for it, which you now have via the Royal Blue Keycard. That has not been repaired due to, you not being able to access it.
So we need to do life support, power, and then the cryopods.
Yeah, there's also cryopods. So life support and cryopods. And
Cryopods.
And cryopods. Sorry. So yeah, it was the cryopod power system that needed
Oh, yeah, it was
this card.
because I was remembering power. Okay.
Yeah, the cryopod power system is the one that needed the card. The there's life support system is housed in a different area that needs to.
Yeah. Let's go stabilize cryo then, and then we can go deal with life support.
Okay.
Because cryo was reasonably close to where we were, as far as size of the ship.
Yeah. It will take you 45 minutes to an hour unless you're running
Right.
to get there.
Okay, so we're making our way.
Yep.
Okay.
What did I call that? Okay. Okay. In terms of that, you guys can head on back to the power area. Sorry. Now do you have access to it? I'll need a repair roll for you guys to, rather for Kim to repair the cryogenic power systems. It looks fairly complicated. Just to make you aware, and also, just because it's somewhat obvious, but I will say it. The flaming control panel is the auxiliary drone control panel, and has been rendered completely inoperative by the Grok. By the Grok base.
Yeah, we blew up the control. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, because in theory all the drones are gone.
Okay. Obviously, I'll need a tech roll for that. What you're looking at are like redundant cables, main cables, tertiary cables wired into some systems that are ultimately dead and need to be rewired. From what you're able to see on the like that monitoring screen, the internal the battery backup that it's currently on has fallen to 5%.
So, Ryan, do your tech shit.
Yeah, okay.
And don't forget your assist bonus.
Yep. Which kit are you using?
I believe we determined they're working on their tick. With their kits was easier.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be a 29 for me.
There you go.
20, okay, that is definitely high enough for the 29. It'll take you about 20 minutes to do. But you are able to rewire the cryogenic system to get back into main power. There'll be kind of a younger alien voice over your comms again. You've heard it a couple times as Klax does not reproduce the enthusiasm when he translates this, but you can it's the same thing that's been said before. Good job.
This really sounded weird me out.
Let's see. Let me actually get a thing here. Okay. There'll be a another kind of more older sounding alien voice state. Because he wouldn't use that number, he would use this number. Five 550 cryoslats accounted for. As a reminder, each slat contains 10,000 individuals.
Each slat contains 10,000 and we only accounted for 550? That's missing a lot.
But no,
Maybe
there's 550 slats.
Oh, and
each slat is 10,000
okay.
10,000 individuals.
Okay. Cool. You just saved an entire civilization.
Woohoo!
That is not something you could have done if we had gone back.
True, but if we had left, we never would have known that we didn't save them.
Not the point.
That's 5.5 million. Just so you guys know.
I'd say this would be great. I'd say this would be great for negotiating a pay raise, but we don't get paid.
I'm pretty sure we get paid.
You get paid off screen, and you spend it off screen.
Yeah.
It's just all off screen.
Get paid in bison dollars. We don't even have an economy here.
We have an economy here.
It's just off screen.
Yeah.
There'll be a another more kind of commanding voice that goes over your emits from your comm. Your assistance is appreciated.
Thanks.
I would like to remind you guys, you guys, at least before, did try to have a dialogue with this, so I'm just making you guys aware, because I know people can forget between sessions.
It's like, you're welcome. Now, if you don't mind, we're going to go get the air back on, and then we can figure out what to do with your other passenger.
Older voice will pop up over the comm. Kim, you'll recognize not obviously not the language, but the kind of gruffness. It sounds like the gruffness of a senior or possibly chief engineer. Since you've been around engineering people. The drive system's repaired.
We have the FTL repaired, right? Not the normal drive.
Yeah, that was referencing the FTL drive.
Yeah, so yeah, your FTL drive is online.
A different software alien voice, one which you guys have not heard before. Will speak up. We'll need to input coordinates.
Okay.
What is it, Brian? Do you have a question for the voices?
I'll say, I'll be like, so which coordinates are you talking about inputting?
The same softer alien voice will say go to Stellar Nav. Another another voice, one that not one of the ones that you have heard before. Will speak, saying, "Also guard it."
From the invisible thing?
Sounds like it. Yep. So I guess, do we know where Stellar Nav is?
Let's go to. Okay. Since you guys have not mentioned to me about like actually acquiring a map outside of that map in the security room, which I don't think anyone actually downloaded. Let's see. Okay. Okay. It is not on your map of the place.
Gonna need directions.
Okay. The same voice that mentioned, also guard it.
Mm-hmm.
will say in a rather kind of like military directing way. Tendril 2, Section 2.
Okay. So, start heading that way.
Okay.
Okay. You guys.
Such a good Pathfinder, you can convince other people to tell you the path.
We're going through the center. We have to go back through center, right, to do this?
I'm getting where you're currently in core power control, which is there. Yeah, you would have to go back to Center 5 and then to the manufacturing area to gain access to Tendril 2.
Cool. So, just to give us a little bit more feeling of comfort and to travel faster, can we pick up the Hezak on the way through? Just because it goes faster than us on foot, and we're covering large distances, apparently, if it takes us an hour to walk around this damn place.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Drive the Mako around inside the...
Yeah, you can go and grab the Hezak. One second.
I know it'll be totally useless in any fights, but it'll travel faster, and that's what's important here.
Okay. I guess I'll like GM layer you, and now there's the and now there's going to be the Hezak representing where you guys are. Is there anything else you're doing while on board the Dauntless? Deploying the Hezak.
Getting medkits.
Okay.
Topping up everybody's medkits.
Okay, top up your medkits.
Oh.
Getting my flamethrower.
Okay, you want to reclaim your flamethrower? Sure. Given what we're dealing with, I'm switching from breath mask to helmet.
Okay.
So I can get my sensor pod back.
Okay. Does your sensor pod have the variable optics as well, or is it just the...
The helmet has the variable optics.
Okay.
Given the situation, I figure what he's doing is he's basically got the helmet racked, but now because he has the helmet with him, the sensor pod system should now be able to access his eyepiece.
Okay. There are excuse me. Saying you're traveling there to there. The engineering room, it does have a number of alerts going off.
Yeah, probably should check that. I imagine that's all the complaining about all the parts that were removed.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, checking the alarms. Hyperdrive is inoperable.
Of course.
Thrust sublight thrust power issue, output 50%.
Seems problematic. All right.
The damage you guys took earlier is also there. Let's see, what else? High resolution sensor array malfunction. The focus part of your sensors.
Yeah.
It's listing as a critical malfunction. If you go and check, it looks like from the internal standpoint, the parts for the high resolution sensor array have been removed. So until that is replaced, you can't use the focus setting on your sensors.
Why the fuck did this fucker come on board and tear out all the no focus sensors, no... What the fuck is they doing? I mean, taking out the drive system, I understand. They don't want us to leave. Why the focus? Are they afraid we're going to scan them?
Okay, let's see. If you...
Oh,
what?
Kim was going to be like, oh, sweet. He was like, we're dealing with space Jawas.
Aren't
While
all Jawas space Jawas?
while there's no alert on this, when you go to check, you have a number of your spare parts are missing, including those for the shield generator.
They took the spare part. Wait, what the? They took the used parts instead of the spare parts, and then for completely different systems, they take the spare parts, but not the actual parts.
Well, in the case
You
of
know
like, the
what?
shields, it's easier to take the spare parts than to get to the active in use shield generator stuff. Because you have to kind of dig into a couple things to get there.
Even in other galaxies, we have to deal with thieving bastards.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was...
And this guy stole from us. He didn't even need to.
Doesn't he, though?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have his reasons?
We don't know!
We-
We've got no motivation on this fucker!
It doesn't matter because as soon as I set him on fire, it'll be all the motivation I need to get my shit back. I'm well within my rights due to the Space Geneva Convention to set his ass on fire. I'm pretty sure the Pathfinder agrees with me. This fucker has stolen our stuff. He has attempted to strand us and kill us. Therefore, it is within reason to set him on fire. Normally I don't condone murder, but stole my shit, made my job more difficult. And worst of all, he's been trying to kill my Pathfinder. And if the Pathfinder's dead, we can't get home. Because no one else can pilot this fucking ship. At least from what I've seen, everybody here can do one thing. We have one medic, one Pathfinder, one translator, and one technician.
Okay. So with that being discovered that some of your stuff was in fact pilfered.
I think Dave was like, "Yeah, y'all don't have enough of a reason to want to go kick his ass. He stole all your shit."
Still his shoes. Okay. You have the Hizak.
Did he take the shoelaces out of one of our spare shoes as well?
Not that you have seen.
Okay. I feel like
he's taken spare shoes, though. I'm kidding. He didn't take spare shoes.
Yeah, we'll drive over to Astronav.
Okay.
He went inside of every remote control and took one battery out.
You know, the worst part about this is, since the guy's invisible, his ship's probably invisible, which means we're going to have to go around this entire flying station thing with a stick or something until we run into his invisible ship to get our shit back.
You invisible asshole!
Yeah, well, I have my good flamethrower with me.
You still have the stats for the good flamethrower?
Yes, I do. And I'm about to say I'm gonna refuel it, unless he took half of the fuel too.
No, he didn't. He didn't take the. Did not take the fuel for that.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna top it off with fuel. Take the flamethrower with me.
Okay. Since you guys are in the Hizak, here is now. You said it wasn't military. It was not a military grade Hizak.
No, this we determined that this was going to be like a modified HESAC for because again it's supposed to be filling the role of the Mako, so it's got like exploration shit on it.
Okay, because I only have the stats for the actual Hizak.
Yes, I know. Again, I wasn't. I figured we didn't need the stats. We're just using it to drive.
Okay. Well, it's like because I wasn't sure if like it has some sensors on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what systems are available if you guys want to use it?
Well, let me look at the HESAC. Where did we put the HESAC? Oh, yeah, that works.
I can't remember. Is the HESAC the one that fits in a suitcase?
No, that's the VPA. The HESAC is the tank.
Oh, okay.
That we've only had on screen once.
I think you guys have actually used it before.
Yeah, we used it once.
Yeah, nobody's ever used it.
We've never been on the ground.
Yeah, that's fair. We don't really do much ground combat. Yeah, I saw ground combat once, and that was that time we were dealing with the Vaughn on the ground, I think.
Yeah.
That's right, that was that time Ash almost died.
Yeah. I think we determined they'd removed the 90mm and the mini MDMs.
Okay.
Maybe that the arm disruptors have been replaced with blasters since they were, since it's not a military unit, but...
Okay.
But yeah, it does have sensors, so... If either you or Tim want to keep an eye on sensors, make sure this fucker doesn't sneak up on us somehow while we're driving over.
Okay. Doable.
That is neat. Mm-hmm. You can feel free to look at my screen for a moment. It'll adapt to the image.
That's new.
I like that. Nice. That is bueno? Bueno, is that the word? It is bueno?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you guys will need to go through section 2. There is, okay, I take you're not operating sensors, Amir?
No, I asked if either him or Tim could run sensors while I was driving.
While you're driving, okay.
Yeah.
So you can make a search roll if you want, because, you have eyes and you can see. Kim, if you are actually operating the sensors on the HESAC, feel free to... give it a roll. Let me know what you're using. If you're using passive or one of the actives.
I guess active because we're trying to find this asshole. Make sure we don't. If we do see him, hopefully we can run him over. And I'll say hopefully he's as dumb as that. Hopefully he's as dumb as that one. Dumb as that one Jedi from season 1 who just stands in front of us. Okay. Looking at a total of 16 sensors. Unless I get a bonus from the HESAC. I need to check.
Yeah, it depends on what mood you were using.
I'll say active. Let's do.
Now I got my fucking helmet.
PPA. Let's see. Vehicles and caps. Oh, Summon vehicles. Zorn. Mecha. HESAC. Yeah. I see search. I believe that looks like 2D.
Yeah, it's 2D.
Okay. Okay, that turns into 24 sensors.
Okay. Oops. He doesn't see that. What was that? Nothing. Look away. Okay, looking around, and I will move the Hezak to area 2, because that's where you're in right now. Which entryway are you using to get to area 2? From the hangar, directly from the hangar area, or are you accessing it through section 5? I'll ask because that'll affect difficulties and things.
Well, I imagine if we're taking the Hezak, we kind of have to do the hangar, don't we?
True, it is kind of huge. So, okay, going through that way then. Okay. Sensors and okay. The sensors are picking up power low level power emissions. That is consistent with a ship kind of in low power mode. Like, no weapon systems or defense systems are active. It's just kind of on idle.
So we just found a random idling ship.
There are other things now currently being constructed in the manufacturing area. Though what is being what is being constructed, to be more precise, is more like it's completing projects that were already in progress. But you're detecting a ship's energy signature. You don't recognize the actual ship's energy signature. But for you, Amir, you will see that the in progress things are obviously being very kind of simple, going one stage at a time with the automated manufacturing systems. But you do notice a area 600-700 meters away, that instead of everything being like, do this task, there is a point of the a manufacturing area that has multiple of the construction arms doing different things for what would be like a highly efficient or rushing pace of grab this, these arms grab this, those arms grab that. Utilize this component, immediately start utilizing the other component.
They are very multiple. Yeah. They are actively working on something, and it's using multiple.
Yeah. Unlike the other things, which again are like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
Okay. So, hypothetical. This invisible asshole is a terrible pilot, ran into everything I dodged on the way in here, and is getting this thing to fix his ship by stealing parts from wherever he can find them.
So he can continue going on to this universe and crash into things.
Yeah. Because, and while he's here stealing everybody's shit, he's also creeping on them, and murdering people left and right.
Okay, cool. So we gotta kill, we killing this guy. We kill him. I don't know if you are, but I am. If you just
no. We have total justification for self-defense at this point. It's not like I've been trying not to kill him. I mean, I've been fighting back. If But I figure if we can get to Astronav, if we can get the ship into hyper, at which point it's in theory safe, and then we can go deal with him, because if we know where his ship is, which we do now, admittedly we're dealing with it on his turf, but at this point this entire station, facility, whatever it is, has kind of been his turf, so it's not really a change of pace. And double checking my age here. Yeah, double checking my age here. It also looks like it's probably a really cool action movie set piece to fight him in basically a glorified active construction yard.
Okay.
So, assuming he's not a total dick and lets us throw the hyperdrive lever, we'll be over there in a minute.
Okay, so you're not taking a peek at the moment. You're going to nav.
Because they made multiple sources have implied it as a priority to get this bitch into hyper, and I do recall there was a black hole or a supernova or something just outside. Yeah, we're gonna go throw the switch, and assuming he doesn't cause too much trouble while throwing the ship, we will totally come back and deal with the construction set piece.
Okay.
I mean, he wants to be a dick and fight us on the bridge where it's much less interesting. That's on him, but at this point, we are in theory traveling faster than him, so because that seemed to be the problem is we were traveling at the same pace, hence he was able to heal himself and catch up to us in the amount of time it took us to heal Brian and catch up.
Well, okay. Given your group, do you mind if I give you a little gimme?
Yep.
Okay. To give you guys a little gimme, given your group's pooled knowledge, this guy also apparently has extensive knowledge of the maintenance ways.
Right, which has allowed him to travel quickly because he doesn't have to take the scenic route around like we do.
Right,
which is what I was saying. It's like, because we had to stop and heal multiple people, he only had to heal himself, and then he was able to catch up with us in that time difference.
Yeah.
So, again, with us having the car, even if he knows the ducks, we can, in theory, travel faster than him now.
Yeah.
Which, in theory, gives us time to head him off at the bridge, throw the hyperdrive lever, at which point there's not anything he can do, and then we can go cut him off,
Okay. Because even if he's trying to head the same area you are, as you mentioned, you're quicker, so what's going to happen is you're probably going to get there, finish what you're doing, and then you'll meet.
Right.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I will be moving the Hizak. Okay. You guys will be in... Okay, you guys will initially enter Section 1 of T2. Which is the door to that particular area. What you'll see is the door is open, unlike the other doors that you've encountered before. In the door control panel, and you'll be able to zoom in with the Hizak sensors to look at it as you guys have disembarked.
No.
Okay.
Not disembarking until we have to.
There is a device that has been jammed in to the keycard receptacle. It is not one of these regular keycards. It is a alien design device.
I'm guessing similar to the restraining bolts we saw, so probably their version of a security spike.
Yeah, it is essentially an equivalent of a security spike. And it also looks slightly damaged, like it's fused in there. So basically this section door has been forced in an open position.
Alright. Again, taking point, got the little gun up, ready to...
Okay, since you're being people, I will move...
Because I assume the car can't fit in there.
Yeah, I will move the people to there. So I'll move the Hizak about there.
And hopefully we won't come back out and the guy will have taken our Prius battery or something.
And then the Hizak guy was just fucking awesome.
Doesn't do anything in this movie, but we saw it!
It's a car, guys. Okay. Since the security part of this has been just kind of cleared through, because it looked like there was a little bit of an engagement in this in this initial area. Projected on the wall. So this is Section 1 versus Section 2. Projected on the wall looks to be a space map. Looks to be a it's not. So I guess I'll finish up here then.
You'll be describing the bridge as we walk in, I guess.
It looks to be a space map. The rest of this area appears to be a sophisticated astrocartography like charts room versus the navigation area. Navigation area section 2, you're in section 1. You'll see some areas. You'll see basically space and like 2 different colored like lines that are going on. And again, this will be with Clax assisting. These stellar charts shows areas that have been mined, other areas that have been listed as prospects to mine. The origin point. The origin point appears to be from a planet that, well, Clark's obviously doesn't know the meaning of it. He is able to read kind of the word of Eklines. Judging by the chart, since you're with a Pathfinder and a Navigator, it looks like to a degree. It looks a little bit like a Bernard course.
Oh God.
Which is indicative to you of someone who only has like an idea of where they are going from an interstellar standpoint. So you're seeing things that looks like what they've probably done is use the massive ships, stellar cartography systems to locate things, and then do like short jumps or in some cases long jumps to get there. Versus say back home of you guys having, oh, I have this galactic star map with hyperlanes.
So they're basically doing the same shit we're doing. Well, what we would be doing if we didn't have Pathfinders, they can just, sense shit.
With a more direct route, they're actually only your current position is actually only a week away from Eklines by Class 1 hyperdrive. Like if you were to plot a direct course.
Eklines is where?
Eklines is their start point.
Okay. So they are only so their hyper jumping has been so fucked up that they've basically only traveled a week.
Well, from a point A to point B standpoint,
is there a note about where they're?
Well, keep in mind, a week in hyperspace and sort of in hyperdrive things is like probably like 500 parsecs or some shit.
Well, I understand that they traveled, in space terms, they've traveled a good distance. It's just like they've been doing all this zigzagging shit to basically only cover a distance that, if you weren't driving like a drunk person, would only be about a week's travel.
Yeah, there's a number of exploratory micro jumps that have had encounters with like unexpected stellar phenomena. So they've been having like exploratorily navigating around that. Excuse me. One of the let's see. So, and I'm just kind of assuming you guys are investigating and checking logs and stuff.
Yeah. Trying to figure out where they're trying to go that they've been so bad at.
There is a there is kind of a like stored. There is a stored message in a kind of reference tab on one of the consoles. It also appears that some of their issues have been encountering what the charts are listed as for like these strange phenomena that just kind of like halts their progress, and clearly they have to figure out, okay, how do we get around this? The message in the um, in the in the kind of quick tab, and again, I'm assuming that Clax is translating this. Okay. Velistas beseeches you from beyond the chains of space that has confined us. We seek a new way, one that can only be found from a new perspective, gained from time apart. For that is the only recourse left for us to serve our penance and have the chains of space broken. If the Kastavash has not bound you to your space as well, or sent some weapon to destroy you, find our signal if you can. Help us to salvation and escape our imprisonment. Judging from that message in the charts here, this ship, this large ship, is looking for Valistas, which is a planet that has sent a signal. Judging by the records, Kim, you can find out that the signal that they received must have been massively boosted, indicating it's either far away or in some place that inherently messes with interstellar communication. The ship you are on, according to the notes here, because you are seeing notes scattered about. There are notes that Eclanes, which is the start point planet, was attacked a decade after the transmission was received. And there are notes here indicating that because these people were kind of trying to figure out some things themselves, so you're kind of reading their notes of some of the stuff they figured out. Is that the kind of communications that were sent? The transmission type is the same transmission type that they themselves use, which they found very odd. Excuse me. And essentially, I guess I'll just lay this out. Essentially, they received a transmission which, as far as this group is concerned, is coming from quote unquote themselves, as the only way they can rationalize the same phone system being used, and have reckoned that Eclanes is in fact a colony world, and their home world is calling them. And the construction of this ship was their attempt to make something that could basically be a multi-role ship to get there, because they're not sure how long it'll take to find them. And during the course of the construction, their planet was attacked, allegedly, by this Casa Lavash that was mentioned in the initial message, thus causing them to have to, in an emergency, attempt a planetary evacuation. And so, with the loss of their what they believed was their homeworld, they are trying to find this their actual lost homeworld that has been I used to change, bound and change in space. From what they've encountered so far, is that there are certain areas of space that are effectively shielded from regular hyperspace travel. So they have tried to.
What's shielded from regular hyperspace travel?
What specifically?
Well, I heard. I heard shielded from hyperspace travel. I missed the first.
Yeah. What they have figured from their own analyses is that the bounded in space comment is that it must be the world they're looking for must be in an area shielded from hyperspace travel, which so far through the stellar charts have been marked of, well, these are very odd area of space that we just cannot seem to use our hyperdrive to get through. Therefore, they have been working on modifying their hyperdrive, and in an attempt to breach one of these spaces, because they believe their homeworld is trapped behind them, or at least one of them. So there are multiple notes on this, and the one of those points is where they actually are now. They don't know what point is what point. But their charts translated list these points as star lanes, hyperspace lanes. Excuse me. And since you guys have been investigating this room, I will mention two more things before I call it. There is another computer spike-like device in one of the chart consoles.
Okay.
And at the door to the stellar damp is a downed soldier, by the name of Lance Orangeman Coy.
Oh, I remember him.
Along with it sounds like a busted recording, as if he was trying to leave a message. And you recognize the voice. The voice is the same voice that you've heard a couple times over the comms. That's gone, "Good job!"
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm starting to get a little annoyed at this whole good job thing.
Mhm.
And that's where I will end it. You now have one half of the story.
Yeah.
We are getting there.
Excuse me.
Let's say silent station, petty larceny.
Dun dun.
There you go. Yeah.
Fucking roided out Jawa stealing all that shit.
Well, there are ways to find out the not predators side of the story.
Yeah, I imagine they involve going on his ship, and there'll be a lot of dry ice, and it'll all be very confusing. And then you'll walk up to the one guy, and he'll hand you a random musket with a French dude's name on it, and you won't get any payoff for that for 20 years. And and when you do get the payoff, it's lame because the movie version decided not to go with the comic version on the payoff. And
well, hopefully I'll do the comic version.
the comic version, he's a badass pirate. Movie version, he's just some asshole French trapper that really has no reason to be in this movie. He doesn't do anything.
I like the badass pirate. The pirate. There you go.
No, thank you so much, David.
You're welcome. Also, 10 points to Gryffindor if you guys if someone can figure out what my reference material for the alien side of the story is.
I'm over here trying to stop the xenomorphs, or I'm over here trying to stop the space jockeys.
Well, we know the xenomorphs are chill. I mean, they have a seat in the Senate and everything.
Trying to stop the progenitors. That's like fucking 8 foot, 9 foot tall, pale humanoid looking things.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. You just gotta worry about that one fucking Magneto robot that, causes all the problems.
I am hoping the next and what should be final part, assuming we get the start on time, I hope is going to be at the very least exciting, and hopefully have the other side of the answers. There are some abilities you guys have that can more easily give you those answers, but I feel it'd be cheap if I just kind of tell you guys exactly what to do for shortcuts. But
we'll try to figure it out.
Well, we do have Tim, who is apparently the smartest person on the ship, so if we get too derpy, Tim is free to speak up. He's the closest thing we have to an NPC.
Yeah.
In which case, I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
Start time 7:30.
7:30. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Talk to you
Alright,
later.
then. Alright, talk to you guys.
Good night.
There you go.